It is time to expand minds through movies, TV, sports, and flicks. It is time to boldly go where no podcast has gone before. It is time for the Captain Talks Flicks.
The Captain Talk Flicks.
Welcome to the Captain Talk Flicks podcast. I'm your host, the Captain Cortez, aka Mr. Love, and this is where we talk flicks. And ladies and gentlemen, this week we are going to revisit one of the newest innovations in the last few years. It's been all the rage on the internet and on the news, talking about it bad and good, and this new thing. You've seen this in many movies. The Matrix, Terminator, 2001 Space Odyssey. You've seen forms of this or really good versions of this. And I'm going to get into this. But first, couple things. I want to give a big shout out to North Bergen. I think I pronounced it right. I may or may not. I apologize if I'm not. We got some plays over this past week. Quite a few plays. Thanks for listening. Appreciate guys' gratitude. So North Bergen, I heard that you guys have magnificent Peruvian cuisine. Yeah. Now, I've never had Peruvian cuisine. I believe we had one restaurant in my community, and it went out of business last year before. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to try this. Sounds really good, but maybe one of these days, and I'm in your realm, maybe I'll stop by and get some good old Peruvian food. So thanks for listening, guys. It's gratitude. And additionally, this episode is brought to you by the album called Labyrinths of the Mind by yours truly, the Captain Jake Ortiz. It's me rapping in my unique style over synthy hip-hop beats. A little bit of inspiration, a little craziness. I guarantee you never heard anything like it in your life. But there's one additional thing. This album is now on vinyl, and I will put the link to the vinyl album below, so you can hear me on wax. Yeah. So check it out below. Now, let's get on the podcast. So, ladies and gentlemen, I believe I've talked about AI a couple times since I started using it. And I have used AI for numerous things in my personal life, in my business life, my artistic life, in my problem-solving life. I've used it quite a bit. And so, 2 years in probably, I would say it's been an effective tool in enhancing my life as far as accomplishing and achieving goals that I need to achieve. Now, some of these are long-term goals as far as physical health, mental health, intelligence, and financial health. I've used AI in various capacities to enhance or map out that path. Now, initially, I think on the first or second one, I had said that this is like the search engine 2.0. Now, of course, I still use Google and Bing and DuckDuckGo to Google things, look things up. But if you want to, dive deep and try to tap into some expertise and just, have a dialogue with, someone that's expert in certain things, this is a good way to go. Now, let me go ahead and take it back into the day, time travel back there. Now, when I was a young man, coming up, problem solving for me was a bit more challenging than now, because the access to, or lack of, information in that era kind of hindered some ways I could enhance certain things in my life for myself or achieving in a way that slowed it down or that stopped. Because back then, information wasn't out there and available like it is now. So if you need certain information about certain things to fix things, achieve things, whatever, it could be a very long process depending on your network and what you had access to as far as books and libraries and humans with expertise. It was just way more complex than it is now. Now, if you want to get access to expertise in pushing any kind of discipline you can think of, AI has access to a lot of it. Now, to be clear, is it wrong sometimes? Is off? Yes, it is. I talked to someone I know, a buddy of mine, cool dude, young man, and he's telling me, yeah, AI is wrong all the time. Now, my experience with it, I feel it's not, but he says it is, and that's something I'll have to figure out. But personally, the way I use AI, as far as trying to find out things about mechanical things, the way things work, like money, like things like that, it does seem to do a pretty solid job of kind of detailing the information I want to know. A lot of time, I'll get like a full, bio of certain companies I want to research for, stocks and things like that and investing. And it does a really good job of pulling that information up. trends, data over time, and also projecting in the future what things might look like in certain industries. It's really good at doing that. And as far as repairing things and problem solving certain things you need to figure out, it's good at that too, because back in the day, if you want to fix things in your household, your car, you relied on people with expertise because you may not have known that. Now, if you had a great dad or family or uncle or mom or somebody that showed you how to do it, it's great. Now, when I came up, I had some, but not a lot. So I didn't have access to a lot of deep, mechanical information other than backyard guys, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with people. Great humans. I learned a lot. But there's certain details and nuance that the AI brings that all these backyard guys just can't because they've not updated it or they're just as knowledgeable. Like I said, no disrespect. But this AI has like the world's database at its fingertips, right? Just recently, I learned that maybe the way I was jumping car batteries was slightly antiquated compared to how it's modernly supposed to be done. And I learned this through AI, right? So just the flow of information is really good. And if you really know what you want to achieve and you ask the right questions, you can figure a lot of things out. Now, fortunately, when I went to school back in the day, one of the things the instructors did teach me how to do was ask questions and think. Like, seriously, it sounds ridiculous, by today's standards, but there's human beings that seem to not be able to do that or don't want to do that. And they're locked into certain dogma of thinking in certain ways. Now, if you ever heard the phrase, question everything. Yeah, I know it's conspiratorial, and oh my gosh, one of these tin hat foil guys. No, be real, man, like you really should. If you're going to make decisions, whatever they may be, to the smallest, to the largest, about certain things, and for life, whatever they are, you should thoroughly, question which choice you're going to make. Because these can be impactful. Now, the people getting advice, it's not going to impact them as much as it's going to impact you. Tons of people will tell you how to do certain things and do whatever. And they don't work out. Oh, I'm sorry. And it kind of worked out. Yeah, because they're not feeling the heat from it. I have in my life made choices based on other people's actions and thoughts, and I felt the heat of it. And they were sorry, but they didn't really feel the heat of it. It was like, oh, my fault, mistake. Yeah, I felt it, right? So really, if someone's going to tell you certain things, well, do this or do that or try this. Okay, yeah. All right, well, but I'm going to thoroughly research and make sure this is what I wanted to make. I was talking to a young man recently about getting a tattoo. I was like, bro, you got to really ask yourself, do you want that tattoo? Now, to be clear, I don't have any because I've chosen not to. But if you as a human being choose it, nothing wrong with that. Do your thing. But dude, are you choosing it, or lady, are you choosing it because you want it? Or because, the media or your social group or whatever makes you feel that you want it? Now, a lot of things in the past I did because I thought it's what you're supposed to do, right? Yeah. Then to bring it back to AI, any kind of belief system or whatever, question those things. Yeah, so if you're choosing paths, a way to move and do things, you gather all the information and try to see what the best choice is. Now, when it comes to mechanical things, I feel there's cut and dry of how you can do those things. A lot of those things, fixing things, there's really only one or a couple ways you can do things to fix things a certain way. I think building and math is one of the few things we have left that you really can't question. Now in the cyberspace, in the world, people question everything and they can't really, get a consensus of what this is and that is. But I feel the building things in numbers, it's harder to kind of like massage that or change that. You know what I mean? Because certain things work because of science and physics, and you can't really, fudge that. The social sciences, yeah, you can quite a bit. It's all words, ideas, semantics, the beliefs. But putting a bolt on a nut. How many ways you gonna do that? I know there's some MacGyver guys could, but you know what I'm saying. So, anyways, but back to the AI thing. If you're not using it at some level, these guys aren't gonna beat you. And I know it's not a competition, but if you're in business, you're in competition with someone. Yeah, they're gonna have the advantage if they're using that over you. I had a conversation last year before, and someone said, "Well, I don't really like AI. I'm not gonna have my kids use it." Yeah, don't. They're just going to use encyclopedias. Fine. But while they're thumbing through encyclopedias, they had to answer like in 5 minutes. Right? And so this dude I know said, well, it's not the right answer. Okay, well, you thoroughly, vet that and verify that. And you can do search engines or books, whatever, but you just get to the answer quicker or possible answers. And it just lets you go down rabbit holes of thought in real time to understand how things work or don't work. They said somebody's wrong, right? But if you really ask the right questions, you probably can find clarity in that AI interaction a lot of times. It's all about what you ask and how you think, right? So anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I know I'm ranting here, but I just want to put it out there. A couple years later, I've utilized this quite a bit, and it has enhanced my lifestyle in numerous ways. A lot of things came up that me and my girl had to take care of. Some things came up for her. And so me being limited in my expertise, let's be real, I don't have a lot of qualifications at all. I have no degrees, I have nothing. I've told you over and over again, I don't have anything but like a radio DJ degree. It's like an associate, so I don't really have much. But with the help of AI, I've become extremely smart. I have helped solved numerous problems my girls had recently. Not with my knowledge, but with the knowledge of the AI. I borrowed it, used it, asked questions, and we solve issues numerous times in the last couple of years. It has been phenomenal. I mean, if you don't get it for yourself, get it for your woman or for your man. Impress her with your fantastic knowledge of things. But seriously, ladies and gentlemen, it has been instrumental in helping solve problems. So I mainly use it to solve problems that come up. I know some people like to question, have fun with it. I'm not doing that. I just use it to solve problems. And it's been really a good tool for that. So ladies and gentlemen, you might want to try it, might not, I don't know. And if you're worried about it, knowing everything about everything, yeah, they already know everything. The internet already has everything could ever know about you, pretty much, unless you're some smooth, slick guy who knows how to avoid all that. I know guys on YouTube that do that and avoid all that. Okay, it's fine. I'm not one of those guys. I'm sure they have a dossier, know everything. I'm sure they know what I ate for breakfast. I'm sure they know what I went to sleep. I'm sure it's whatever. Who cares? Doesn't really matter. Or maybe it does. I don't know. But anyways, if you want to solve problems, try this AI out. Maybe you like it, maybe you won't. And you can type in it or you can talk to it. Choose. Talk to it like you can be it or type it in there. I just want to kind of put that out there. I mean, I'm trying to level up our lives, have a better experience on planet Earth, thrive. And I feel in the pursuit of thriving in the things that we want to achieve, and whatever you want to achieve, whatever that may be, this could assist you. One last thing. If you're limited in a social group in real life because you're in the middle of nowhere, or you just can't give access to human beings like that, which I can't personally, and I live in a big city, I still can't. Yeah, this is a good tool for that. Just add it to the repertoire of tools you already got, whatever they may be. Just another tool in the toolbox that you can use in some way to level up your life, enhance your life, finance, health, mental health, love life, whatever. So anyways, ladies and gentlemen, AI, maybe try it, maybe not. I don't know. It's up to you. Totally up to you. I do highly recommend it, honestly. Just with like any tool, don't overuse it. But yeah, this concludes the podcast. So thanks for listening. And until next time, we'll see. We have need of history in its entirety. Not to fall back into it, but to see if we can escape from it. Or say or take it, you got it. Till next time, it's Captain Peace.
The Captain Talks.